From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
There it goes! There goes the lights!
Hurricane Florence has landed. Wind and water are wreaking havoc in the Carolinas.
The more that we talk about it in our everyday conversation, that's how we're going to start decreasing the suicide rates in the state of Arizona.
And Suicide Awareness Week draws to a close. One group is taking steps toward a better future.
Any event in which you find yourself in a life-threatening situation and someone may be bleeding, knowing how to apply a tourniquet could save a life.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Andre Sims.
And I'm Gabriela Becerra. Thank you for joining us. It's now Tropical Storm Florence, but remnants of the once monster hurricane are still battering the Carolinas. Right now, storm winds are moving at more than 70 miles per hour, and people still in the path of Florence are urged to stay put. The storm is now about the size of the state of South Carolina. North Carolina officials have already confirmed several deaths, including a mother and child, after a tree fell on a home. Tens of thousands of people are already without power. The Cape Fear River is expected to overflow, and North Carolina residents say they're worried dams will not hold back the water. Some Arizona first responders are in the Carolinas. More than 60 people have been sent from Arizona, most of them from fire departments around the state. They joined teams of first responders along the Carolina coast from Charleston to Wilmington. The responders say they expect to be there for 2 weeks, maybe even more if they're needed. They say they've been boarding windows and sandbagging and helping people escape from rising floodwaters.
Thousands evacuated ahead of the storm, and some of those were on vacation, like the Sanders family from Scottsdale. They were staying south of Myrtle Beach.
We were supposed to be there until, we were staying until Saturday. But we were flying in and out of Wilmington. Wilmington's been closed for 2 days. It was a little bumpy flying out of Charlotte. We drove up to Charlotte because there was no way to get out of Wilmington. So they evacuated our beach house on Tuesday. We drove up, been visiting state parks up near Charlotte until we could fly out.
Here's the latest look at the satellite radar. The top sustained winds have dropped to 70 miles per hour, and it's still a near standstill. Florence is centered about 50 miles west-southwest of Wilmington. We'll be tracking the forecast there, as well as our own near record-breaking temperatures in the valley ahead in weather.
Being prepared during an emergency could save a life. A new grant has the Phoenix Fire and Police Departments teaming up to educate the community on how to stop the bleed. Reporter Tanaya Williamson joined them downtown for training.
We all have the ability to help each other. We cannot always just rely on the fire or PD. We have the ability to do it ourselves with this type of training.
In moments of crisis, it is sometimes hard to know what to do.
That's what we're doing here today with Downtown Phoenix Incorporated. We're preparing them for active shooter and mass casualty type incidents. The police department is training them in run, hide, and fight, and the fire department is training them in stop the bleed.
The classes are funded through a complex coordinated terrorist attack grant from FEMA. Stop the Bleed encourages everyday people to step up during life-threatening emergencies.
You can bleed to death in about 5 minutes. So controlling bleeding is all about pressure and compression. A tourniquet is just a way to provide an extreme amount of compression to an area so that you can stop bleeding.
And in that mass casualty situation, police advise, run from the attacker, hide if you can find a safe spot, and fight if it is the last option.
If they don't have a plan, then what tends to happen is people freeze, and that's valuable time that you could have used to help get yourself out of the situation or help survive the situation.
For people like Chris Spale, learning to apply a tourniquet was the biggest takeaway.
We learned how to both do it to an individual, something like that, and also to ourselves, the proper way as far as how tight. Also, if somebody's probably going to tell you that hurts or something like that, you still have to do the tight part and get it done properly and stuff like that.
In downtown Phoenix, Tanaya Williamson, Cronkite News.
Classes are available across the state. Go to bleedingcontrol.org to find a class near you.
Hitting the trail to help prevent suicides. That's the goal for one local group because September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Cronkite News reporter Sammy Gieber shows us their prevention effort.
This month brings awareness to the problem that so many face in Arizona alone. A person dies from suicide every 7 hours. I met up with a local group determined to make sure they're taking the right steps to save a life.
You want to get the hike on?
It's a beautiful day for a picture-perfect hike.
Watch this way. But my camera's not working. Sorry, guys.
Or not. Normally, this group is known for their parties with a purpose to raise money and funds for good causes.
Good day to have a good day.
But today, they're getting up off their bar stools.
You okay?
To raise awareness for something that some of their members struggle with.
Today, we are doing a suicide prevention hike because it is an epidemic that needs to stop.
I had my first attempt when I was 16, my second attempt when I was 25, and 2 weeks ago.
Let's look at the bigger picture in Arizona. Every 7 hours, we lose someone to suicide.
And in Maricopa County, suicide rates have gone up. In 2006, about 14 people out of every 100,000 committed suicide. By 2016, that number grew by about 2.
The more that we talk about it, that's how we're going to start decreasing the suicide rates in the state of Arizona.
I feel that it's more than just a hike. You need a follow-up to the hike. This is 8 things to remember when going through tough times.
Oh, that's a good one. Especially on the way up to the top of the hike, it was really just thinking the way that I do with my depression. Just one more step, one more day, just keep going, and you'll eventually get to where you need to go.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, it's important to remember that resources are there. You can go onto afsp.org for more resources or call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. In the Broadcast Center, Sammy Giebers, Cronkite News.
Governor Doug Ducey announced new appointments to the Maricopa County Superior Court. The governor announced the appointments of Adele Ponce and Scott Blaney. The 2 picks will fill vacancies from the retirements of Judge Amy L. Anderson and Judge Peter C. Reinstein.
Arizona's Department of Child Safety, or DCS, is up for an award. The National Association of Staff Chief Information Officers has recognized the DCS as a finalist for its Digital Government to Citizen Award. The DCS is recognized for its use of cloud computing to coordinate workers in the field who use tablets to keep track of thousands of case files. The awards will be given in October in San Diego.
Canceling test scores, banning students from taking future exams.
Not the best news for high school students taking their SATs. But these are the measures that the College Board is taking to prevent unfair advantages. We talked to experts at a test prep center to find out why.
Plus, a regular check from the government with no strings attached. We take you inside a Washington, D.C. discussion on universal basic income.
Join Emmy Award-winning CNN anchor Anderson Cooper as he receives the 2018 Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism. Attracting industry leaders from the media, politics, business, and education, the award luncheon is the Cronkite School's signature fundraising event. Tickets for the luncheon ceremony on Wednesday, October 17th at the Sheraton Grand in Phoenix are available for sale at cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon or call 602-496-0482.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles.
In Cleveland.
In Washington. In Louisville.
From Jerusalem.
Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
Ready for 5G? The head of the Federal Communications Commission was in the East Valley today to talk about infrastructure policies and paving the way for next-gen connectivity. Gilbert Mayor Jen Daniels and Arizona State Representative Jeff Wenninger were among the local leaders talking about upgrades in our area. They say Gilbert is setting the standard for the global race for 5G by putting in new antennas, which don't necessarily look like the cell towers you were used to.
5G is going to be built by many, many more small cells. These are backpack-size antennas that can fit on existing light poles, or utility structures. The challenge, though, is we need many more of those.
Carr also discussed how Arizona has been able to drop the cost of deploying this technology. In Phoenix, the permitting fee to attach a 5G antenna dropped from $4,000 to $50. He says in Gilbert, 5G is expected to bring $200 million in community investment, create 2,000 new jobs, and inject $369 into the economy.
The SAT is hard enough for many people, but waiting for the test results for one group of students has been the real challenge.
John Cardinale is in the broadcast center. John, what's the problem with the August 25th test?
The problem? The test version these students took was available online, and the College Board says they're taking a close look at students' test scores.
Ella Longo is a senior at Phoenix Country Day School and spent a lot of time studying for the August 25th SAT test at Vogel Prep in Scottsdale.
I prepared for about a month going up to the test. I'm not exactly sure how many hours, but I did sessions of 2 and 3 hours, and as well as prep on my own.
The SAT is highly looked at by many colleges to determine admissions, and classes to prepare can be expensive.
I was $135 an hour, but well worth it.
A few days after taking the test, Ella heard that the same exact SAT test had been administered in Asia just a year earlier.
The overseas tests, or portions of it, had been used previously. And those questions were compiled and put into the August 25th test, and then the test was used. What that means, though, is that students likely, or at least there's a possibility that students had access to that test and maybe had used it as study material or had at least seen the questions, which means that the test is really invalid.
Once the College Board learned of the issue, it released a statement saying, "If we determine students have gained an unfair advantage, we will take appropriate actions, including canceling test scores and in some cases, prohibiting them from taking another College Board assessment."
I was kind of scared that they was going to change my score, which I didn't think was fair because it wasn't any of the students' fault, it was the College Board's fault. But I was scared that it would lower my score.
Test scores for the August 25th test came out on September 7th, and Ella did receive a score.
Her score came out exactly on the day that it was supposed to, so we didn't have a period of wondering.
Ella said she is happy with the score she received, but is skeptical of the test moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit hard to trust them after they made 2 mistakes in a row, but I'm sure it's happened before, and I'm sure schools will still use it.
The other mistake by the College Board? The test administered in June was reported to be easier than others, therefore graded way harder. The next SAT test is set for October. In the broadcast center, John Cardinale, Cronkite News.
It sounds too good to be true. A regular check from the government with no preconditions and no strings attached. But at a forum in Washington this week, advocates said that theory, universal basic income, could be just what the country needs. Ian Solomon has the story from our Washington bureau.
If you want to know how Annie Lowry feels about the idea of universal basic income, or UBI, look no further than the title of her book, Give People Money, How a Universal Basic Income Would End Poverty, Revolutionize Work, and Remake the World.
Would give everybody in a community money. So something like a Social Security payment, it would not be enough to live on very well, but it might be enough to help you get out of poverty.
Those comments came during a panel in Washington on UBI, a regular government payment to all citizens. Panelist Sebastian Johnson says it could do more than get people out of poverty. It could help workers as technology improves and threatens their job security.
Up to 53% of jobs currently held today are in danger of automation. It is not just about manufacturing, it's also about the service industry, where you can go into the store. Amazon now has a store where you just go in, pick up something, and you leave, and you've already paid for it.
But Robert Doerr of the American Enterprise Institute says universal basic income isn't feasible and would discourage working.
There's a lot of evidence that if you increase the amount of assistance you provide to people that is not tied to employment, that is just a giveaway, the less they will work. And that, I think, is going to be harmful to families and individuals.
Johnson disagrees. He says people want to work, and UBI could free them to do work that's meaningful.
I think what people want is work that they can derive meaning from, that they can support themselves on, but also where they see some path toward actualization. And a UBI can be a really powerful tool in creating that economy.
The panelists say that while a UBI would not solve all problems surrounding poverty, it could be a great start. In Washington, D.C., Ian Solomon, Cronkite News.
The panel met that same week in Chicago. Mayor Rahm Emanuel said he was forming a task force to look into new tactics for fighting poverty, including the possibility of enacting UBI for that city. The time of mourning may have passed, but memories of Senator John McCain are present here in Arizona and the nation's capital.
Coming up on Cronkite News, we take you to the National Portrait Gallery, where people are still honoring McCain's legacy.
And we have an excessive heat warning here in the valley and across southern Arizona. How long will it last? And will we see a cool down in our temperatures? I have your full forecast coming up.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. The 2018 election season has arrived. Join us for primary and general election debates. Right here, meet the candidates and hear their positions. Arizona Horizon, your source for what matters most this election season. Only on Arizona PBS.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
If you're looking for one show that tells you what happened that day in the world of business, it's NBR.
We saw a classic shipwreck.
Nordstrom's opening stores.
Triple-digit gains.
Crude climbs.
We're there to help our audience find new investment ideas.
The market still has room to go up.
Nightly Business Report is the longest-running business television program in history.
Weeknights at 10:30 on Arizona PBS.
Nearly 3 weeks since Arizona lost its senior senator, the memories of John McCain are still echoing through our nation's politics. Cronkite News Washington Bureau reporter Imani Stephen talks about the one image of McCain that's making a lasting impact.
Images of the late Senator John McCain lying in state went around the world. But at the National Portrait Gallery, there is another image of John McCain, standing tall in the Senate.
Timeless values that John McCain embodied during his life and his career, his commitment to public service and personal integrity, and the composition just seems to reinforce that.
Ann Schumert, who is the senior curator of photographs, says that was one of the reasons why this photo was chosen. It's because of the late senator in his natural environment.
It situates John McCain in his role as a senator by picturing him along the exterior colonnade of the Senate Russell office building.
Steve Pike captured this image of the late senator.
Steve has always been fascinated by people's faces and what they can tell us. I think as you look at this photograph, you certainly are inclined to focus on Senator McCain's face.
Schumert says Pike lives by this motto when capturing these photos.
We really create the landscape of our faces through the lives that we live.
And visitors of the gallery are paying their respects by writing in the comment book.
Addressing their comments directly to Senator McCain and thanking him for his service. And you see that repeated throughout the comments in the book. But some are more personal, how they've been touched in some way by Senator McCain's life.
Ability to disagree respectfully across the table.
An ability that for now is captured in the photograph. In Washington, Imani Stevens, Cronkite News.
An excessive heat warning is in effect across southern Arizona.
Matt Kling is tracking our forecast.
That is right, guys. We are seeing an excessive heat warning across central and southern parts of the state until 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Normally our high this time of year is around 102. Temperatures are approaching the 110-degree mark, so if you're outside, take breaks from any exercise, drink plenty of water. Tonight especially will be a night where you want to drink water, especially if you're at Friday Night Football. 102 around kickoff at 7 o'clock, and the temp's only going to dip down into the 90s, whether you're playing in the game, you're a cheerleader, band member, coach, spectator. Drink those electrolyte beverages, drink plenty of water as well. If you have any activities tomorrow, again, southern in central parts of the state in the triple digits. But if you go up north a little bit, 94 up in Sedona and 80 up in Flagstaff. Should be a good day to take a day trip up to there. Taking a look at the hurricane, it continues to move into the Carolinas westerly, about 3 miles per hour, 70 mile per hour winds. Of course, the storm surges are causing an impact as well. But taking a look at the path of the storm, as you can see, it's going to continue to move west, but then it's going to go north and east. So if you have any travel plans within the next week, contact your airline. Maybe you can leave Arizona a little bit earlier, maybe escape the heat a little bit, because the temperatures are only going to cool down a little bit as we start the work week. But then take a look at Wednesday, 98 degrees. We have a shot at storms for the first time in quite some time. And then high temperatures only in the mid-90s throughout the later parts of next week. From the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Matt Kling.
Maryville's baseball stadium has remained the same for 2 decades, but now it's getting a facelift.
Coming up on Cronkite News, the Milwaukee Brewers are officially returning to Maryville thanks to one major upgrade.
I'm Matt Berry, ESPN Sports Center anchor and graduate of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. With its bachelor's and master's degrees in sports journalism, the Cronkite School is preparing the next generation of sports journalists to tell stories that matter, stories that excite, inspire, and inform. Cronkite immerses students in covering sports at all levels in one of the country's top sports markets. It's this hands-on experience under the guidance of award-winning sports media veterans that shape the top journalists of tomorrow.
Maryville Baseball Park, spring training home of the Milwaukee Brewers, is undergoing an extreme makeover. After over 20,000 hours of construction since the last spring training game, the final beam in the Brewers clubhouse has been set. Here's Taylor Rocha with why this baseball park has bigger plans than baseball.
Maryville Baseball Park is finally catching up to its Cactus League competition. After 20 years in a facility that's remained virtually unchanged since it opened, more than $50 million in renovations will keep the Milwaukee Brewers in Maryville for the next 25 years.
We're very excited on behalf of the Brewers to be at this stage. We are really excited to be here in January for the opening and to be part of this community for years to come.
The Brewers are not the only ones benefiting from the investment. As part of a partnership with the City of Phoenix and the Arizona Sports and Tourism Authority, a key focus of the project is giving back to the Maryville community. Councilwoman Vania Guevara recalled seeing children's eyes light up at a backpack drive at the complex when they heard some Brewers players speaking Spanish.
I didn't have anyone who looked like me in a uniform or in a position of power until I was no longer a kid.
It was a powerful moment for Guevara, seeing the strong connection between her Maryville community that is nearly 80% Hispanic, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, with a sport that the latest study from the Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sports says is nearly 1/3 Latino. In Maryville, Taylor Rocha, Cronkite News.
The ribbon-cutting ceremony for Maryville Baseball Park is projected for January, right at time for pitchers and catchers to report to spring training.
Not long after the 9/11 attacks, Pat Tillman decided to leave behind football stardom to join the U.S. Army. Today, his San Jose High School's football team plays in Peoria, visiting Arizona for the first time since Tillman's death. Cronkite News reporter Cynthia Esqueda went to Liberty High School to see how tonight's game will pay tribute to the ASU and Cardinals legend.
I still don't see a flag.
Long before Pat Tillman served in the military and played football for the Arizona Cardinals and Arizona State, he starred at San Jose's Leland High School in a stadium that now bears his name. Tillman's alma mater plays its first game in his adopted home Friday when they take on Peoria's Liberty High School.
He's inspired me in the way of playing the game with toughness, discipline, and leadership. Kind of inspired us to just want to be like him.
Liberty coach Mark Smith reached out to Leland coach Mike Ward after learning that Tillman attended the school. Smith invited Leland to come to Peoria for the Pat Tillman Classic, honoring Tillman as well as other military and first responders.
It's pretty cool. I've never played an out-of-state team before, and for it to be like a big game for the military, my dad's in the military, it's a big deal to me.
Even though Tillman died when the oldest of these players were still preschool age, his legacy has left an impact on them, not just on the field, but off of it as well.
Pat Tillman inspired me to join the Navy after high school, to go on and into Special Forces.
Toughness, discipline, leadership, composure, and commitment. You got to have those things when you go on in life, and you got to have those things when you go into the military branches.
Smith hopes the Tillman Classic will become an annual event. In Peoria, Cynthia Esqueda, Cronkite News.
Both high schools will wear camouflage uniforms in tonight's game. The uniforms will be auctioned off with proceeds going to the Pat Tillman Foundation.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Friday's Journalist Roundtable is ahead on Arizona Horizon. And here's what's coming up later on PBS NewsHour.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. One of the biggest rock stars of the last 30 years, Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters and Nirvana. That's Friday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Support comes from Arizona Business Bank, a CoBiz financial company, providing personal service and experienced bankers for your business and personal banking needs. More online at azbizbank.com.
Hi, I'm Alberto Rios. This week on Books & Company, author, poet, social critic Hanif Abdurraqib. We're talking today about They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us.
There's a big moment that I am always trying to reach for. I try to build a narrative around that.
Tonight at 7:30 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.